All right. Let's go.
Okay. Hi, guys. We're so excited that you guys are going to be able to get a lot of good information from us tonight. So we want to just introduce ourselves really quick. I'm Emily. Tara.
I'm Tara.
Kristen.
I'm Andrea. Oh, are you going in order? I'm Andrea. Hi.
There's Kristen, Amy.
Hey.
Hi. And Aubrey.
Hi.
So we're going to all be talking about different topics and different aspects of the health and wellness consulting business tonight. And we definitely respect your time. We respect all of our time. And so we want to try to make this as efficient as possible. And we'll try to be really succinct in what we're talking about, which is kind of hard to do sometimes. So we'll try to make this, half an hour to 45 minutes for you guys. And we're going to have time at the end to do question and answer. And if you're not on with us live and you're not able to ask questions live, then please feel free to post in the group or the event or get with us directly, and we would love to answer any questions that we don't hit on tonight. Okay, so we're first going to just talk about what is this business. Basically, all of us own our own businesses, and we try to inspire others and help others in their own health and wellness journeys. And so for a lot of people that involves eating healthy and exercising and having a healthy mindset and healthy relationships and all of that. And so basically the platform that we use in our businesses is the Beachbody platform. So Beachbody is a huge company, and they put out a lot of different products for health and fitness. And so our job is we all contract with Beachbody. And so our job is to run our own business and to help people. So for us to be able to help our friends and family and neighbors and anybody that we may know with whatever their specific health and fitness goals are. And so you don't come into this business without a strong belief and desire to not only better yourself and improve your own wellness, but also to help others. So that's kind of the very basic explanation of it. And we're going to get into more details about what we actually do as coaches or consultants. Some of us have a background in personal training or fitness or nutrition, dietetics. Some of us have a background in behavioral management or psychology, social work, that kind of thing. But a lot of us don't have any real expertise in any of that, but we're experts just in people, and we're real people, and it can be hard sometimes to stay on track. And so that's what we really try to do in this business, is help people to stay on track, figure out what people's goals are and what motivates them. And then that's our job, is to help people stay on track. So it can really be such a huge help to people just to have us as a consultant there to talk with them and to check in with them, and also to have these accountability groups to help them have success. Because, it's a proven fact that a lot of people know how to eat healthy, or they know that they need to exercise and they know how to exercise, but it's just a matter of figuring out the time and how they're going to make it happen, and what they're going to do, different contingencies, in case it's raining outside and they can't go outside and walk, or the kids are sick and they can't go to the gym. So there's all these reasons why it's hard to stay on track, why it's expensive to buy healthy foods. And so it's just cheaper to, go eat fast food or whatever. So we can really help people a lot in sharing ideas, and not just with us as consultants telling people what to do, but it's with all the group members helping each other, the challengers helping each other as well. So there's lots of different ways that we can help people, and encouraging people to stay on track with keeping a healthy mindset, because that's so important to being able to stay successful and continually working on your goals. And so we try to talk a lot about that in our success groups and our challenge groups and our boot camps, to try to help people stay relatively positive, and when they have a bad day to be able to pick themselves up, or a bad week so they can pick themselves up. Because we all slip. Every one of us has slips. And what we try to do for each other on our consulting team, and what we also try to do in our success groups, is to be able to help people when they have a little slip, that they can get back on the horse and keep going, so that slip doesn't turn into, you know, a lapse, which can turn into a collapse, and then people just totally give up. So, okay. So now I'm going to turn the time over to Kristen, and she's going to talk about who can make a great coach. So here you go, Kristen. Kristen? Kristen?
She's having internet issues. She might have to call.
Okay. How about Andrea? Why don't Andrea, can you talk about how much time it takes and kind of the time frame that people should expect to make a successful business?
Yes. In full disclosure, I actually signed up to be a coach a year ago today. And I was, you guys see my cup? 365er. I love my green cup. It even has like the little green leaf over the Shakeology instead of a black one. And I thought that was cool. Anyway, in the beginning, and Amy, my coach who's on this call, can attest to this, I was a little bit obsessed. Like, if I could have spent all of my time doing the business, I would have. But I'm a mom of 5 kids, and my sweet husband was like, Andrea, this is taking too much of your time. And he wasn't mean about it, but he really told me what I already knew. But I was so excited and so jazzed up that I was literally doing it anytime I wasn't doing a mom thing, because I don't work outside of the home. So over the last year, I have found a way to manage my time so that I am much more efficient with my business. And the biggest thing I've done is I've set business hours for myself. And I always make sure that I take care of me first. So I might not get in a business hour, but you better believe that I did my workout, and I drank my shake, and I read my personal development. I make sure that those things, they're non-negotiables for me, and they happen every day. I get up in the morning and I spend about an hour on myself doing those things. And then I spend about an hour and a half throughout the day. I usually do like a chunk of time in the morning after my workout ends to check into my challenge groups. It's usually about half an hour, it feels like, that I spend checking into my group, checking in on my challengers. The ones who aren't showing up in group, I'll be sending them a message at least once a week. And I always follow up with my messages from the night before, because I go to bed early. Honestly, like, normally I'm getting ready for bed right now. So I check in 30 minutes in the morning. And then around noon, when my son, my baby, is sleeping, and my 3 older ones are at school, and my daughter wants to watch a show anyway, I put on a show, and I spend an hour to an hour and a half doing what we call in the business our power hour. And in the power hour, you do a lot of different business building activities, but I make sure that I have a list of things that I want to get done. I even recently have started using like a timer that allows me a certain amount of time to do each of the tasks that are on my list. And I try to beat the clock, and I work really efficiently when I do that. And so I usually spend between an hour and a half and 2 hours on my business, about 5 days a week. I take Sundays off. And in addition to those concentrated business hours, I probably spend another 15 to 20 minutes throughout my day where I post on social media. I try to post on social media something of value between 3 to 5 times a day. So I guess if you add it all up, it's like between an hour and a half and 2 hours, an hour and a half and 2.5 hours, 5 days a week that I work my business from home, in the car line, you know, wherever I happen to be. So I hope that and there are people that work more than that if they have the time to work more than that. And you can certainly do that. But I have 5 children. The oldest is 9. And we have a busy life. So 2.5 hours is kind of my max. And I feel like I've built consistently and my business is growing every month. So that is enough for me to be happy and feel like I'm making progress. So
Awesome. Thank you, Andrea.
you're welcome.
Kristen.
Emily,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Kristen's on the phone.
Okay, Kristen, can you chime in here? Can you hear us?
I'm here on the phone.
Awesome. So can you talk for a minute about who can make a great coach?
Okay. So a lot of people think, I don't think this is for me. I don't think I can do this coach consulting thing. I don't have expertise in this. I don't have certifications, but really it's not about that. It's not about necessarily expertise. First of all, sometimes it's really about being a beginner, because what it's about is your journey. A lot of people want to see people who start at the beginning and how their journey unfolds. So for me, I started at the beginning of my journey, and I've lost about 55 pounds. And people have gotten to watch me at the beginning of a program. They've gotten to watch me fail, maybe not fail, but through the bumps of my program. They've gotten to watch me try different things in my program. They've also gotten to cheer me on through my program and learn through my program. So a lot of times beginners are make the best coaches. So you don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be already doing other fitness programs. You don't have to be, owning your own gym. Great coaches are people who are enthusiastic, who just want to try things, who just want to encourage others. People who make a great coach are people who are imperfect. We don't really want perfect people. We want imperfect people. We want people who are real, because, I know that I can't relate to people who are perfect, because I'm not perfect. I know that I'm going to relate to people who are, just real about their life, because I'm not going to understand the person who has a perfect life, who always wakes up with their makeup already done and their hair already perfect and has a perfect life with everything already laid out for them. So really the great coach is the person who has a real life, who's busy, who doesn't always have it all together, and shows that, challenges happen and that they overcome them. So those kind of are people who make great coaches, who kind of show that they're able to maneuver the bumps of life, And those are the people who actually are very successful in doing this kind of thing, is those people who have a really busy schedule. So those are the great coaches that we work with. And if you know us who are on the call, we are all very imperfect people who are not experts or pros. We take a lot of time out of our day because we want to invest in people, but we just kind of learn along the way, because it matters to us to invest in the people we work with. So.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you so much, Kristen. Kristen's always very eloquent when she talks. She said she could do this whole entire information session perfectly. So thank you, Kristen. I'm glad you were able to get on the phone. So that's good. Okay, back to you, Andrea. Andrea's going to talk about money. So
yes, we can make money as coaches. In the beginning, I just wanted to pay for my Shakeology, which, okay, let's be honest. After 3 days, I wanted to do more than pay for my Shakeology. But in the beginning, my goal really was just to make $100 a month so that I could pay for my own Shakeology and just call it a day. But I was actually looking, because it's been a year, I was looking and just to kind of share an income progression in my first month of coaching. And this, again, is working 2 hours on average, 5 days a week, okay? So you could make more than this if you were working faster and harder. My first month, I made around $370. Last month, I made $1,100. That's not even my highest month. I had a month higher than that in January. But if you do the math, that's like almost 4 times more a month in a year. So like, it'll be kind of exciting if it's 4 times more next year, right? So the truth is that income is totally based on how hard you work and how much time and effort and how efficient you are in those hours that you're working. There are a few different ways to make money. You make 25% off of any retail sale that you make, okay, that you sell to someone. You get 40%, I believe it is, off of any membership to the digital streaming site that we have, Beachbody On Demand. You're also eligible for bonuses when you become an Emerald ranked coach or higher. And an Emerald coach, just to give you very basic information, is yourself, and then you have 2 coaches under you, kind of like a little triangle. And when you hit that rank, you can start earning those team bonuses. And those are not based, you do not get commissions off of the sales of those underneath you. You simply accumulate points, and when those points reach a certain level, then the company pays you a bonus for that. And that's something I really like, because I like that what I'm making is based off mostly of the work that I'm putting into it. I don't rely on other people. I rely on myself, and I show up every day for myself. And hopefully you're inspiring as you go along, and you're adding and joining, people are joining your team. And as your team grows, then those bonuses have an opportunity to grow. When you reach another rank, which is, I think it's 2-star diamond, which means nothing to you on this call, just know that when you reach another rank in your business, you begin being eligible for quarterly bonuses on top of those like weekly team bonuses that you're already receiving. And those go up, you know, based on rank. And that's another exciting way to earn money. So there are several ways to earn money. And again, it's based on how much work and effort you put into it. We happen to be on a pretty amazing team that has a lot of support and has a lot of trainings available to teach you what to do to be successful. And I will tell you, I was a skeptic at first. I'm not a huge fan of social media. The things I post on social media these days, I would never have posted before I became a coach, because I just didn't do that. And I was like, I don't want to do it. But anything that my coach or the trainings told me to do, I did it. And they know what they're talking about. So this is a business opportunity. I mean, yes, I love helping people, and that is one of the greatest reasons why I started to coach. But there is income potential, and it is like, there's no cap. Like, you can work so hard that you're earning a lot of money. And we know people that have had that blessing in their lives. So, you know, and that money for me as a mom, that's new shoes when my kids need them, and not having to wait till I just can scrounge the money up, or until I have to swallow my pride and call my mom and ask her for money to go buy my kids shoes. Like, that's taking my husband out to lunch just because I wanted to. That's buying healthier foods for my family because I can afford to, because my grocery budget isn't dependent upon my husband's income that doesn't change. So, you know, maybe all you need is $500 a month. Maybe you need to replace a job, and you can do that. So, did I miss anything?
That's awesome. Yeah, and Andrea touched on this. We're on an awesome team. Of course, the ladies on here tonight, we're all kind of connected on our team, but the big team that we're on is called Team Inspiration, and the leader of our team is so amazing, and she's been so successful in her business, and she just hit a milestone in her business today that only 6 people in the whole company have ever reached. She's amazing, and she's like less than 30 years old, and she's a multimillionaire, and who knows even how much she makes in a month and her quarterly bonuses and stuff like that. But she's like totally just a normal person from small town Idaho, like lives on a farm and is just so down to earth and like amazing. And there's so many other women on our team and men that are just like us, just totally normal people that, like Kristen was saying, are quite imperfect, and we just love working together and helping people and the community that Amy's going to talk about as well. So, but I remember when I was first in my very first sneak peek to learn about this, and it was actually when I was a discount coach. So I was already signed up as a coach, but I was kind of thinking about maybe working the business, and I had a lot of fears about working the business. And so Aubrey's going to talk about that right now. And please, if you have any additional concerns or fears that we don't address tonight and that Aubrey doesn't specifically talk about, please come and ask us or post in the group, because I guarantee one of us has had that exact same fear. So, all right, Aubrey, over to you.
Hey, awesome, thanks. Okay, so I was really kind of overwhelmed when I started coaching. I signed up as a discount coach and kind of figured, oh, eventually I'll get into it. Eventually, I think that would be cool, whatever. But then I learned that you could actually like really make money. And so I was like, okay, yeah, get me started. I want to do this, but where do I start? And what we kind of just talked about, like our big team, Micah, she has set up all these trainings, and like her team has been so awesome. She has set us up to succeed. And one thing that I've loved about Beachbody and about this fitness consulting is that everybody who's successful is so willing to share all their knowledge. It's like there's no secrets. There's no like, oh, well, we're not going to tell these people because we don't want them to be successful. No, there is millions of YouTube videos. There's so much information about there that you don't have to, but you can basically learn how to run your business on your own. But you don't have to, because we have all these training modules and everything. So that was like one of my really big concerns. Another one of mine was, well, I'm not fit yet. I'm not fit. Like we kind of talked about this before, but we don't want perfect people, because then you don't have a journey for anybody to watch. And so through my journey, I've been able to connect with people that are going on their own journey, and been able to, help befriend and actually help change people's lives, which is so awesome. I didn't think I could do it. And it's because they were able to relate to me, because I wasn't perfect, because I'm struggling with the same things that everybody is. But just kind of being open about it and sharing that. So I have 4 kids, 5 and under. I have 5-year-old twins, an almost 3-year-old, and a 7-month-old. And my 7-month-old was like 3 months when I started coaching, 4 months. And so I get like the whole, I don't have time to do this. But there are so many women and men. I don't know. I don't really ever target men, because I have a husband. He's enough man for me. But he's over there. There are so many other women who say, oh, I don't have time. I work a full-time job. There are tons on our team that work a full-time job, and then they come home and work their business, or they wake up early and work their business. One thing that I'm learning is that this business and building a business, it's not easy. Anybody can do it, but it's not easy. You need to have like an hour or 2 of focused time where you're disciplined and you say, hey, I'm going to work this hour and I'm going to hustle and get it done. And then I can spend the rest of the day with my family doing the other things I need to do. And so, yeah, the no time thing is really frustrating to me sometimes, because I mean, I'm running kids from soccer practice to swim lessons to dance, and we're going to be starting gymnastics soon, and trying to take care of a baby and trying to keep our house clean. And, you know, it comes down to priorities and where you align those. Okay. And then a couple other points were, we kind of talked about this one, but what if I'm not successful? Okay, what if you're not successful? What are you out? I have built so many friendships, and I feel so much better about myself. Like, even if I were to like quit today and say, oh, I'm over it, I'm done, I still would be a better person and forever changed because of the last 4 months of coaching. Okay. Being annoying and salesy, you guys, if you are being a product of the product and sharing your journey and believing in yourself and building your confidence and working on your personal development and building your relationships with your husband, your family, your coworkers, your parents, you are going to be, and sharing that journey, you're not going to be salesy at all. Like, you're sharing what you believe in and you're passionate about it. And people who think, oh my gosh, like, she's so salesy, okay, that's fine. I don't need you in my life anyway. You know, like, if you don't want to be part of my life and part of what's important to me, then, you know, I'm at a point in my life where there are bridges that need to be burnt, maybe, if people can't get on my bus and can't respect me for the things that I believe in and where I'm going. So, and that's all I have. So I hope that answers some questions. Yeah. Unmute.
I forgot to unmute myself. Okay. Thank you, Aubrey. And now it's Amy's turn to talk about what our culture is like in this consulting business and kind of the team culture and the mission.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about, so our mission as health and wellness consultants is to help other people live healthier lives, right? We are doing the best we can to not only be an example, as Aubrey talked about, that we're sharing what we're doing. We're doing all these things and we're just sharing it with the people who are around us. But at the same time, we want to create an environment where people who don't know us can be inspired. That maybe they're scrolling on Facebook one day and they see a post from us, they see a quote, and they feel inspired to get up and go for a walk around the block. It's not always going to be, even though we use Beachbody as our platform, that is not the only way that we are able to help people. And I think that that is something that you have to remember, because a lot of times I personally will say, but I'm not being successful. I'm not doing this and this and this, which is what looks like success in my little box. But am I accomplishing my mission of trying to help people to live healthier lives? I think that I am. So that is our whole mission. And that is the mission of our team. And as many other people have referenced, we have an amazing team. We have the big, as it's been referenced, Team Inspiration. So we have this big team that we're a part of. We have an amazing leader who is very, very successful and who shares all that she does with us. We are not at all left alone to figure this out on our own. We are given step-by-step instructions of how to do things and how to make it our own, how to make it us, because that's the most important part of this is you need to be you. People want your help because of who you are, not because of what you know or what product you have. But she helps us. She gives us all these resources that we can take and use what's best for us. And then we work in smaller little teams as well. So while we're all on the same team, we're kind of a smaller part of the bigger teams that we're part of. And I have to tell you, someone else, as Aubrey said, like, if I walked away from my health and consulting business today, I would have met some of the most amazing friends, and they would be a part of my life because I was doing this. And that means that no matter how long I've been doing it or how I feel like it's turned out in the end, I still feel like I'm a better person and my life is richer because of what I've done. I think about it, and we kind of had a traumatic family situation last week, and these ladies were some of the first ones that I reached out to like get support. When you join, I'm going to say our team because I know that all teams are not like this, but if you were to join our team, you would have a whole nother family. And I say that, and I don't say it lightly. I know that it might sound cliche, but you truly have another family. You have these women around you. We have men on our team too, but there's this group of women who builds each other up, who supports each other, who loves each other through all of our imperfections and picks us up when we're down. And it really truly has been the most amazing experience for me. I feel like the past couple of years have been some of the hardest of my life, but I have been surrounded by some amazing, amazing people that I would never have met had I not started this business. And so I have no doubt that anyone who joins our team can have the exact same experience as far as joining a group and gaining a whole new set of friends that you might never have anyway. Anyway, I hope that was enough and I didn't miss anything.
Well, and
sorry.
Tara and Aubrey and I just went to a conference over the weekend in Oklahoma, and it wasn't put on by Beachbody, but it was put on by one of our business coaches, who is kind of a push coach for a lot of us. And so we got a lot of good, training and information, but we also got to meet a lot of other people who are in the same business. And I actually met one of my friend's sisters at this conference. I had no idea she was going to be there, but she's on a different team. And she couldn't believe when I was telling her about our team, because she said she just kind of signed up to coach, and there's no training that exists in her big team. She doesn't really know any other people on her team. She completely works independently. She has to just kind of figure things out by herself. And I had no idea that it was like that. I just thought every team was like ours. And the people, the consultants that are in this call right now, so yeah, we're all on a big team, but I'll talk about this in a minute. We kind of get put in these training groups. So, like new coaches that all are kind of in the same stage in their business, will kind of work together. And so that's how we kind of connected in these friendships, is we just were in a lot of the same stages in our business, and we're going through the same kind of trainings, and we just kind of gravitated toward each other. Even Tara is kind of on a totally different team under the big team. And she and Andrea were in a training together, and they really hit it off. So we kind of brought Tara into our group, and, so it's, and then Aubrey joined our team just a couple of months ago. So it's really fun because there's so many amazing people, and I love the community. I love the community, and it's helped me so much, to kind of allow me to increase my friendships with other people, but still kind of be in the safety of my own home, because I'm kind of an introvert. So it's really a cool opportunity. Thank you, Amy, for explaining that. Kristen, we would love to hear from you, talk about how we can use social media in our businesses. And Kristen is like the queen of social media. So go check out her page if you haven't already, Kristen Rumley. But tell us, what is your secret, Kristen?
Okay, well, I don't think we have 3 hours. No, I'm just kidding. But so social media is really scary to everybody, I will say. Before I started all this, let's say last year, I probably had about 150 Facebook friends. And I was at the point where I was like, I don't think I really want any Facebook friends anymore. And I don't think I want to be on Facebook anymore. But then I started doing my little health and wellness journey, and realized that social media was a really good platform to connect with people. And I tend to be a big nerd, and I do a lot of research about social media. And I'm not going to get into it too much. But social media is very important and very key on how we connect with people. There's a lot of algorithms with social media. but it's so important, and we get really scared about it. But there's a couple key things. Anyone on the call here would never respond to someone who said, hey, buy my thing right now at all. They would never respond to it. And so I'm sure none of us on here would post that. Hey, buy my bucket of goop right now. We're not going to say that, because we don't want you to buy our bucket of goop. That's not what we're about, because all of us probably have the same mission of, we just really want to help you in your health journey, because we believe so much in healthy people. So that's one thing, is that if you have a mission in mind of helping people get healthy, then you want to use social media for that. So we use social media for our overall mission of helping people get healthy, and we share our journey through social media. So if you were to Facebook stalk me, you would see that I'm sharing my journey. I'm never pushing a product. I don't actually ever say Beachbody at all, because Kristen is not Beachbody at all. I'm not Beachbody. I might use Beachbody as my platform, but you actually will never see it anywhere, because I'm not Beachbody. I share my life on social media because I want to connect with people. So people are not going to connect with Beachbody. They're going to connect with Kristen. So when we're sharing on social media, we're just talking about our life. So if I said, hey, today I went and I did a Beachbody workout, people aren't going to connect with me. But if I say, well, one thing that people connected about was when I was drinking my shake. And I usually don't say Shakeology because people don't really know what that is. But if I say, man, I totally had my shake today and I spilled it all over my car, people are going to connect with that, because, man, that really sucks. And I'm sure I'm not the only one in the world who spilled it all over my car. So I shared part of my life and my little, faux pas or whatever of spilling all over my car. So I share pieces of my life. And then also, if we give value, we use social media to give value to something. So if I shared that I just walked in the front door, nobody's really going to care that I just walked in the front door. But if I share something of value, I'm trying to think of something recently that maybe I give value to. If I share something about totally getting my water in today, I realize that I've been sucking at it, I'm going to work really hard. Who's going to help me? That's something of value. We use social media to lift ourselves and others up. So sometimes that might be by just maybe something inspirational, motivational. A lot of times I will post that I'm doing my workout because I want to show them I'm doing it, that I'm consistent, and then show others that it's possible to be consistent. We also use social media to connect with people and meet new people. So when I said that around this time last year, I had maybe 150 friends, I have a lot more friends now. And I connect with most of them. I connect with them in groups. I connect with them behind the scenes. I connect with them through their posts and through my posts. I have 1,300 friends, and I've met them in so many different ways. And it's amazing the people that you meet. And so we use social media to connect with people in so many different ways. So some people I connect on health, on the level of health stuff, some exercising, some on I've been starting to do sunflowers and raised garden beds, so I connect with them on that. Some I connect on raising teen boys. But we use social media because we're using it to connect with others and relate to them and build relationships. So how does that relate to this whole health and wellness coaching consulting thing? Well, like I said, Beachbody is the platform that we use because we believe in the programs and we believe in the health and nutrition that it brings. And so when someone says, man, I'm really struggling with my nutrition, we say, you know what? I actually can help you with that because I have something that I really believe in. And so we've already connected with people, and so we can then bring them to something. So we're not necessarily going out there and saying, hey, you need to come try my thing right now. we're just meeting people, connecting with them. And then if there's a need, we might be able to meet that need. So that's kind of how we use social media. So does that mean that if you go stalk my Facebook page, and I do lots of funny Snapchat videos using funny little characters, does that mean that you need to go out there and all of a sudden use Snapchat also and make funny characters? No, not everyone's Facebook page is going to look the same. That's not the point, because we're all original. We're all different, you know. My page isn't going to look like Aubrey's, you know, because I don't have as many kids as she does, or my kids are older than hers, you know. But ours, it's going to always different, you know. But we use social media to connect with people and to just share our life and share our journey and just give value. And I'll tell you, there are people that I don't even know who message me and connect with me, and it just feels so good to know that I've been able to help people just by sharing my journey. Recently, I've had bariatric surgery, and recently I shared that on my Facebook page, and that was really difficult for me, but I knew that it was time I needed to share that. And by doing so, I had so many people that I didn't even know come and message me and just open up and say that it was so helpful that I shared that, and then they shared it on their page, and they said it was things that they couldn't say to their family or their friends, and they were just really thankful that I was able to put into words things that they couldn't share. So it's just so connecting. I don't know if I didn't touch on anything, but that's kind of what I wanted to share about using social media.
Awesome. Thank you, Kristen.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to talk just for a second about what do you do when you actually decide, like, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to really try to make this happen. What do you do? Well, of course, you own your own business, so you can do whatever you want. Well, not really, because there's some rules. Beachbody will like kick you out if you do certain things, but in terms of kind of what we would expect from you when you join our team is basically from the very beginning to just start to be kind of open to sharing about your journey. So just talking to people about it and connecting with people, just as Kristen said. Even if you're not quite sure if you really want to do the consulting thing, you can still work on that. You can still work on being, you know, the product of the product and getting your workouts in and trying to eat healthy and trying to, you know, work on a positive mental attitude and that kind of thing, and sharing with people and connecting with people. But if you actually really want to get going on the business, then on our big team, we have kind of a new system for onboarding or for bringing people onto our team for training. And it's really awesome. It's almost like you become a challenger, like you would in a challenge group, but it's for new consultants to learn the business. So basically we'll add you into this group that's put together by the very successful coaches that have taught us what to do. And we'll help you to know, okay, today's Monday. This is something for you to think about on Monday, or watch this 5-minute video. And then here's some homework to go and do this. It'll take 10 minutes or whatever. And then come back and check in the group and let us know how it went. And then we all support each other. So it's called like a new coach university, because you're really learning and growing, but you're having some accountability where there's people that are actually helping you to know what to do and that are interested in following up with you to kind of see how it went. So it makes it so simple. And another thing that's really big on our team and in our mindset is to just keep it simple. Like the KISS acronym, keep it simple, stupid. There's nothing magical about what we do. And of course you can go and pay hundreds of dollars for, you know, Facebook ad trainings and how to learn how to do this and how to learn how to do that. But none of that is necessary. All that you need to do is share your journey, practice what you preach, admit to when you're having those slips because you're a real person, and to work on personal development. We haven't really talked much about that in this call, but that's a really big part of what we do as consultants to help keep ourselves straight, I guess you would say, in our mindset, because we're human beings and we're real, and we all have lives and we all have hard things going on in our lives. And so personal development is basically just, you know, reading books, listening to books, watching listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, you know, whatever it may be, creating a list of affirmations and going through and reading those through every day, a couple times a day, listening to recordings of ourselves reading our affirmations. I mean, any of that can be counted as personal development. And that's a really big part of what we do as consultants to help keep ourselves well mentally and emotionally, and also to keep us on track with the right mindset in our business. And so that's something that's really important to start doing if you're considering working a business like this, or if you've actually decided, yeah, I'm going to go for it. And another thing that we really encourage you to do if you're just diving into consulting is to really get involved in the community. And a lot of you that are interested are probably already challengers in one of our groups. And so just like people dive into their challenge groups or their success groups, we can dive into this community of health and wellness consultants, just like we've talked about tonight. And so to really kind of see what it's like and start to connect that way, because it's so amazing. Even if you don't make a penny in the business, just getting, you know, diving into the community and making those friendships, reaching out to your existing friends and building those relationships and working on your own journey. I mean, all of those things are priceless, and the money is kind of just a bonus on the side. It's nice to get kind of rewarded for doing the things that are going to be bettering ourselves anyway, and that help us all to stay on track and live healthier, happier lives. So we're going to wrap up now. Unmute yourself if you have any questions, or if there's anybody, any of the coaches that want to chime in and mention anything that we may have forgotten.
So I just wanted to add one thing, Emily, about getting started. And the really cool thing about this business is the startup cost is nothing more than what you pay for your initial program. There's no like crazy, $1,200 sign-up fee. There's no, that's it. You pay for your first challenge pack, which is your first month of Shakeology and your first, and a year access to Beachbody On Demand, which is our online streaming fitness programs that Andrea mentioned earlier. And that's it. That's your startup cost, your investment in your own health, and ta-da, you own a business. So that's something that was really appealing to me about that. So I just wanted to add that.
Great, thank you. Anybody else?
Okay. Thank you. I don't know what I do to do that. And I should have mentioned this, but monthly, there is a business fee. It's $15.95. So to continue running your business, all you pay is $15.95. And if you're a military veteran, or you have a spouse who's active duty, or you're active duty, your business fees are waived. Military personnel do not pay business fees. And so for $16 a month, you run a business, and that covers your website, that covers customer service. If a customer needs to return or swap something out or has a problem with their shipment, you don't have to handle that. You don't keep inventory. That $16 a month covers all of that. So it is a very, as far as investing in a business, I have a lot of business owners in my family. That is very, very minimal, very minimal. And like Tara said, your biggest investment is in yourself.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay, so what I encourage you guys to do, whether you're with us live or you're watching this later, is your brain's going to be kind of thinking about this stuff over the next couple days. So we all have phones, probably smartphones, where we can like take little notes in our phone. So this is what I personally do, and it helps me so much when I'm thinking of a question, but I can't like ask it right down. I just write it down on my phone. So just as you're thinking, or you're wanting like to know, like, how does that work? Just write it down. And then we encourage you guys to check back in with the person that told you about this call or invited you, to just check back in with us in a day or two and just kind of hash things out about what you're thinking, and we'll just go over it. we are very low pressure in this group. All of us got into this because we liked it and because we wanted to work on ourselves and become healthier. And so we've all been there before when we were kind of considering maybe doing this. And so just chat with us, and definitely you can post in the event page any questions. And we are so happy that you took the time with us this evening. Anything else, guys?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys might kick me off the call when I ask this, but so what do you do when you're not crazy about the Shakeology? I mean, did that grow on you guys, or did you guys automatically just love it and think it was the best tasting thing ever?
Amy, I think Amy has a story about Shakeology.
Okay, sorry, it took me a minute to unmute myself. Okay, so the honest truth of the matter is that the very first time I had Shakeology, I knew that I wasn't gonna like it alone, and so I mixed it with some frozen strawberries, but water because I don't like milk. And I don't think I put anything else in it. And I took one drink, and it was not good. It wasn't good, but I knew it was good for me, so I stood over the sink and I plugged my nose. And I chugged, and I only gagged a couple times, and I got it down. Like, it was really so bad. But I found recipes that made it better. Peanut butter is I feel like is the answer to everything. And it covers a lot of the taste that I didn't like. For me, switching flavors, I switched to vegan chocolate, and that I love it now. I just shake it, honestly, with water and a little bit of almond milk, and I'm going. I don't have time to put it in the blender. So I feel like it did grow on me, and I had to experiment a lot, but I knew that it was good for me. And now I'm post-cancer treatment at this point, and I know that I won't go without it. So even if I didn't like it, I would find a way to drink it. But I think that I don't know, there's so many recipes out there that I would hope you could find something that would help you like it more, because obviously you don't want to drink it when it's miserable. That's not fun.
Well, it's not horrible. It's just one of those things where I have to psych myself up for a couple days before I actually make it.
Oh yeah, no, we don't want it to be like that.
So.
No, so yeah, so if any of us can help you with the recipe ideas, or I don't know, new flavors or whatever, I know I'd be more than happy to help you try to find something, because it should be enjoyable. I refer to mine as my Reese's peanut butter cup shake, and that's honestly how it tastes to me now, but it wasn't always that way.
And who is that that's talking, because your name's not coming up?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Andrea Blankenship.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, and I actually know about a website that it's by, I think she's number 3 in the company or something. Her website is awesome, and she has so many different recipes. So she has okay, if you're drinking strawberry Shakeology, if you want to blend, or if you want it with just one other ingredient, then here's 20 recipes. If you want it with 2 extra ingredients, here's 20 recipes. So that's an awesome website that I just found last week, and I think it's awesome. So we will send you the link to that.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, all right. Well, any other questions? Okay, well, thanks, guys. We really appreciate it, and we will talk to you later. Bye.